So how is it, Ty boy? Doing good?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Not bad, thanks. Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's going good. It's getting through lockdown 2.0, but
Yeah,
it's
I
a bit.
guess like to an extent, I said to Fordy, you kind of knew your, the ropes a little bit. So when you went back into lockdown, I guess you went, oh, we're gonna have to start doing this again.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It was.
What do you do anyway? Like, what do you? I know you train with James all the time, your brother. But what was your like sort of staple routine you did? I know you trained in the garden. You wrecked your garden. I know that. But what
Yeah,
did you do?
we yeah. First lockdown, we obviously we built a lifting platform and all that kind of stuff, and we were moving it all around the garden. And obviously, I don't lift heavy enough to make much of a dent in the garden, but obviously James and I are working out together, and if you're doing clean and jerk and all that kind of stuff, and you're dropping like 70, 80 kilo plus from above your head, smack straight down to the grass, and there was divots probably about half a foot deep. And between lockdown 1 and lockdown 2, we popped around to my nan's house and got loads of dirt, and we had to fill in all these holes in the garden. There must have been about, I don't know, 25 holes, 26 holes, because obviously you got one for each side of one of the plates. And yeah, so we filled all these holes in, covered it with grass seed, and now we've been lockdown 2, we've been relegated to the back of the garden because there's like a little area behind the trees. So we've got a gazebo and stuff, and that's already got paving slabs and shit. So, can I swear on this? I don't know. Um, and yeah, so we're doing it there now. So as to not make massive holes all around the garden, because we've been banned from doing that.
Yeah. What's the actual like not routines you do, but what sort of things you try and do? I know you tend to do sweat live on a Monday and a Thursday.
Yeah, I try and
He's on Facebook, is he? So I doubt he does it.
Sorry.
James isn't on Facebook, is he? So I doubt he even does that.
Yeah, James doesn't really do cardio. No, he's on the plan from Ollie. No, which has got cardio in it. I tend to try and do sweat live in lockdown. I did a lot of sweat live in the first lockdown because it just helps you tick over, and obviously there's a lot of people doing it. Sweat live in second lockdown, I haven't been on so much because I switched to Olympic lifting more than cardio during the gap between lockdown 1 and lockdown 2. So I was focusing more on the kind of the weight stuff. But I do try and do sweat whenever I can, because it's good to flush your system out every now and again and just kind of keep yourself ticking over.
Yeah, I think it's good this time around because we got doing it on rooms. Did you say you've done it so far?
Yeah, I did it. I did it Thursday. I did it outside, and that was quite fun. So I did sweat outside at about 6 o'clock, and it was freezing cold. I had my ski gloves on and my Spartan beanie hat and my jumper and everything. And Atkins was like, "Why are you doing it outside?"
And you do it under the gazebo?
No, I was just in the garden. I was
Just in the garden, yeah.
Yeah, just in the garden, just having the lights on the washing machine.
Instagram and that your gazebo that you put up. You said it's heated as well.
Yeah, we brought a heater for it, like a little tiny, it's only about that big, but it pumps out a lot of heat. Yeah, and when you got the sides on the gazebo and stuff,
in the gazebo, doesn't it? Yeah, that's class. No, I've just been running, mate, running and push-ups. That's it. Running and push-ups.
Same as last time, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so like if the Chamber Games or something comes back and there's a ward with just push-ups and running, I generally think I would ace it.
you versus Danny.
Yeah, I don't know. He's good. He is good. So what's the like when we come back out of lockdown and that, do you think you're going to stick with the like Olympic lifting stuff?
I want to, yeah, because I've made a lot of progress on cleans. Snatch is still horrendously bad for me. I can only do about 32.5 kilo for a snatch, but my cleans, it's such a, for me, the snatch is such a weird movement. Obviously I don't wear compression shorts when I do it either, so there is that caveat. But it's it just seems like such a weird movement. Whereas cleans, I love cleans. If you said to me snatch or cleans for the rest of your life, I'd just say cleans. And I've been following a plan from Ollie Minshall, one of the coaches at Spartan, as you know, and my clean has shot up massively. It's like 2 sessions a week for 4 weeks. And I think when I started, I was on 50 kilo roughly, like squat clean. Test week's coming up, probably the first week we get back into the chamber, and I reckon I've now got about 72.5 at least in me, which is massive. And that's just technique and stuff like that, which is kind of, on the one hand it's good, but on the other hand, like you say, it means I have less time for sweat and stuff, so it's kind of trying to find the right balance between.
Yeah, the thing is though, mate, you do, I know it's not the same, but you do sweat loads doing cleans. I would go in and do like 40 minutes. I'd do like an EMOM, just one clean a minute, That's it,
Yeah.
for like 20 minutes. And then the second 20 minutes, I'd actually do like a heavy triple every 3 minutes. So you've got like hell of a lot of rest. But my t-shirt and my shorts and my, I'll be absolutely dripping just from lifting weights.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah,
like it doesn't help you cardio wise. Like if you went for like a 5k after just doing lifting for ages, you're gonna suck ass, obviously. You do
sure,
get
it's a burst, be fine, but
yeah. The only thing I found doing cleans, because I did it for probably about a year, as you know, I got like my collarbones stick out quite a lot. It's not like because I'm like claimed to be like massive and broad. It's just they actually stick out quite a bit. And even if I was doing like a 40 kilo bar, even light cleans for like a WOD, I would just get big bruises. If I
I'm exactly the same.
I'll put a picture up in the podcast. Honestly, they're big black bruises. And it was because I did it all the time. I did it like 4 times a week. I cleaned 2-3 times a week. I snatched 2-3 times a week. So I always had these bruises all the time, like, and they just won't go, and they always hurt as well. Like I always, if you like touch me there, it'd be agony.
Yeah, and then you get it, and
because my collarbones poke out. That's all it is.
Mine poke out a bit. I don't get the bruises to that extent, but I know what you mean. And then if you're trying to do cleans and stuff, and you've already got a bruise there, you catch the bar, and you're like, "Ow, this really hurts."
It's when you do more than one overhead, and you come back down. So a lot of people said to me, "Oh, your front rack's not really good. It's not there. You're down here too much." I'm like, "No." I go like this, and I might touch my collarbone. They're like, "Oh my god, it's sticking right out." And I'm like, "Yeah." Imagine bringing down like 70, 80 kilos.
Straight onto that.
Yeah, it was horrible, mate. I hated it. I'm really liking running at the moment, though. That's sweet.
Running, I find running alone, like if it's long distance, alone is fine. But if it's short distance, like I did the first attempt at Lockdown Games Event 2, which is the bleep test. That sort of thing alone, like I find it easy to motivate myself, as you know, to work out. But that sort of thing alone is bad. Like it's up and down for like 15 minutes. You're just like, this is boring. But yeah, no, running is underrated, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I do. I think the fact that like I try to do a 5k in like 20-25 minutes. 20-25 minutes of your day, I'm done. Like I'm absolutely done.
Yeah. So is that why you try and do that daily?
Every other day. Ish, kinda. I try to do every 4 to 5 runs. I try and do not get a PB, but I do try and push it, and I try to get like 21 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas like the other ones, I'll hit like 8 to 10 minute miles on purpose, just running for 5k, maybe 10k. Yeah, but then every 4 or 5 runs, which is technically once every week or so, really put headphones on, put some like heavy music on,
just go for it.
Just absolutely go, just rinse it. But at the moment, every time I do that, it's not improved. I don't really mind though, but as long as it's not getting worse, that's how I think of it. So
I find that I don't do 5k religiously, but I find that interval running really helps to train for 5ks, because obviously 5k is endurance, isn't it, effectively? Whereas we got like the block that we're on. I say block, the street that we're on has like a 420 meter loop. So I just tend to sometimes with the weighted vest I've got, sometimes not. I just do like, I don't know, 6 intervals, like run it and then give myself a minute rest, then run it again, kind of thing. End up doing like 2.5k pretty much anyway.
Yeah, a few years ago when I started losing weight, I hated running. Obviously, everyone hates running. So I found this hill near where I lived. So I'd sprint up the hill, walk down, and I'd just do that like 50 times. It took me like ages. It was only a short hill, but yeah, you absolutely blast it. It takes you about 10 seconds to get to the top. It takes about 20 seconds to walk down. And then by the time you walk down, you're like, oh, I'm all right. Like, oh, fuck, I've got to sprint.
Shit, I got to go again,
I used to do that quite a lot. But I think it kind of felt quick as well, because you could do it like, you can go up and down that hill twice in a minute, if you're not absolutely easy. So it wasn't big. Yeah, then the endurance stuff, I like that at the moment though. I think it makes me feel good.
I think it's the mental challenge behind it as well. Yeah. When you know that you can do it and you've got yourself through it.
I started listening to David Goggins' book while I was running, and as soon as I ran out and I finished the book, I was like, oh shit, what do I listen to now? So now I've just gone to Joe Rogan instead, because I realised it's actually not the book that made me do it. I think it was just having some talking,
some sort of noise. Yeah.
Again, like a mental thing, isn't it? How was it like taking a toll on you? So I know that you're a music boy like me. How is it? Well, when was your last concert you went to?
God, geez, my last concert. So I managed to get two in 2020, luckily. So the first one of 2020 was Slipknot at the O2 in London, and then the final one that I managed to get in before lockdown happened was Five Finger Death Punch with Bad Wolves at the Motorpoint in Cardiff.
Nice.
And I was due to go and watch I Prevail on the 23rd of March, and we all know what happened on the 23rd of March. Yeah, so it's I think I struggled a little bit to come to terms with the fact that there's no live music for the first lockdown, because I think since I was, how old was I? 10 years old, I went and saw my first concert, and that was Muse in 2007 at Wembley, because they were supposed to be the first band to play it, but the new Wembley, but George Michael got in before them, you know. So since 2007, effectively, I've gone to an average of about 3 concerts a year up until this year. So the realization that wasn't going to be happening for a while kind of really took its toll a little bit, because there's something about seeing live music, like music that you connect with, and I can't really put it into words. Like any music, it doesn't necessarily have to be, because I'm really into rock and metal, as you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. It can be rap or anything like that. Any music that makes you feel good, you go and see it live, and you're there with everyone else that has a common interest with you, and you get that feeling.
I think a lot of people, it's not just our gym, but a lot of people, because a lot of my friends are at the gym now, they don't understand it. They're not music people, so they don't give a damn about shows and stuff. I go to about 2 a year, which isn't a lot, sometimes even 1. But I think it's more of the fact that you can't go. Just the idea that you can't go. Because when I go to a show, it's not just a show you go. So I'll go with a couple of mates.
Yeah.
We'll go to a show and we'll always stay wherever we're going. And it's always just it's almost like a weekend thing.
A day out, yeah.
One night, yeah. And just having that social element. And as you said, when you go there, the room is full of people just like you, because they're there to watch the same band as you.
Yeah.
And I always end up chatting crap to random people, because we never go in to push to the front. We always stay towards the back.
Yeah.
Where the bar is. We just literally chill right out at the back, and then you actually talking to random people. But we were due to go see a band this year, and obviously got cancelled. And then me and Ellie, my wife, went to go. It's a bit of a different vibe to you, but we went to go see McFly in May. Yeah, in May. Obviously,
I think I had a ticket to that in Vivery Park, wasn't it?
Oh no! Well, we had Vivery Park tickets in Taunton, but we also had tickets for Motorpoint as well. So we were going to surprise. But that's been delayed a whole year to next May. So hopefully something will happen then. But I just booked tickets to Bring Me the Horizon, and as you know, it's next September. So hopefully, touch wood, that is enough time to maybe
get everything hopefully.
Maybe not exactly how they were, but you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, it'll be some sort of normality. Basically. So, like you say, it's the social side of it as well is very prominent. I think, like you say, you just chat to people and stuff, and not having that social side of it. I mean, you could still do stuff, but the big side of gigs is like you said, the social side. You know, have a couple of beers, be around people that are the same as you. And for me, when I was in school, not a lot of people. Whether they didn't like it or they didn't admit they liked it, were into rock and metal. So for me in school, I was like, I like rock and metal, and everyone's like, oh, what's this kid doing? and then you go to concerts and you think, oh my god, holy shit, there's and I went to Download last year. You think, oh my god, there's 110,000 people there,
yeah, mate,
basically just like me. And that's the thing of I think someone described it as the sense of belonging that you get from going to live music, and then not having that this year is.
I luckily had in school. I had a couple of mates. I'm actually going to go meet one of them in a minute. I think we're going to put a rum and coke in a flask, just go for a walk. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to meet him, but me and a couple, literally 4 friends or so, we loved Blink-182. Obviously, you meet 6 when I was in school. When I think they were 19 themselves, but that is when they were absolutely thriving.
Is that Underdog and all that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah, so we loved all of that, but everyone in school loved N-Dubs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We weren't embarrassed. We didn't give a crap. We loved it. But I can't explain it, because no one really liked the stuff we liked. We did feel a bit people think we're weird because we like shouting music. It's really weird.
Yeah.
And then when you go to a show and it's actually, compared to some people, my music's the poppiest stuff in the world. Some
Yeah.
people who like have mental like death metal stuff, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, that's I get that. That's the thing. I like all music. People think, oh, he just likes rock and metal, but like I love it. Like honestly, Beyonce and Pink, bloody brilliant. Absolutely love it. But
Like,
people will be surprised at that. Pink is one of my guilty pleasures when it comes to music. But yeah, like you go to these shows, like especially like download whatever, and you say people are like really into their like death metal and stuff like Slayer and even deeper than that, and I'm there like, oh my god, like I like it, like but I'm just like, oh my Jesus, like, and I feel that's what people think about like me and you when we were at school. They're like, what the hell are these guys doing?
I felt quite. Sometimes I feel a bit conscious in the gym as well. That the playlists I put together. Sometimes I put songs on which I think are a bit radio friendly, because I'm like, I think people will be like, what is this shit he's put on the workout to, sort of thing, because people just want some like, how's every weekend, that sort of stuff on, and I'll put like Bring Me the Horizon on. Actually, people don't mind it. I think people secretly like it.
You go from what? Sorry, what was that?
I think people secretly like it.
I think so. Yeah, I think we've obviously yourself, me, and James have done it often enough now that I think a lot of people are kind of indoctrinated into accepting the music that's there.
Yeah, the amount of comments, mate. It's like, do you actually on your Spotify have anything other than Machine Gun Kelly? And I'm like, no.
Don't be ridiculous.
What is your like your top 3 shows then, mate?
Top 3 shows. Ooh, that's a hard one.
Hard, mate. Tell you what, I don't even have an answer yet. I'm thinking on the spot.
Yeah, let's put me on the spot a bit. Because I've been to like near on 40 shows. So in no order. Top 3. Can I do a top 5?
No.
Fuck. Right. So I'll have to put in Muse 2007. That was the first concert I went to. 10-year-old me. I've blown away. Absolutely blown away. Then I would say Foo Fighters at Wembley 2008. I was 11, and that was the night that they brought out Led Zeppelin to play in the encore. That was unbelievable. So they brought out John Paul Jones, Jimmy Page, Dave Grohl went on the drums. That was the first time I ever saw Dave on the drums. I was like, what the hell? And the third. I've seen so many. I will say a festival. I'll say Download last year, because Download last year was the first time that I went to Download, and that was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. So we were like 15 rows back for Slipknot, and then there were no other bands on during Slipknot, so everybody at the festival was there, and we were like 15 rows back from the front, and you turn around and it went all the way back, and there's like, I don't know, 115,000 people behind us, and but that whole festival was unreal, absolutely unreal. What's your top 3?
Well, before I answer, being a music man, mate, I've never been to a big festival.
Yeah.
No, never. I always say I will, but I never end up going. Like, I never do. And then I think last year I was like, screw it, I'm going Reading and Leeds. No, it was cancelled. And I was like, I'm not even going to bother buying the ticket then. But no, I got 3. They're not necessarily in order, because I can't really order them, but I got 3. One of them is the first time I saw Bring Me the Horizon, which was, I want to say 2015 at Cardiff Motor Point. The reason it was good is because my favourite album of theirs was That's the Spirit.
Yeah.
And I think they released it literally a couple months prior. So
the whole set list was...
Yeah, so I love the album. The show was announced, but like, tickets, just bought tickets. And they played all our favourite songs. And we also, it was on Friday night as well, so we went out in Cardiff afterwards. So the whole night was mental. It was so good. That's one. The second one is, well, obviously one of the 3. Me and my friend Alex went to see the Hoosiers in Exeter Uni. This must have been like 10, 11 years ago. That's when Hoosiers were like in the charts. But the reason it was my favourite was because, one, we were young and on our own, but the script also supported them, and no one knew who the script was. I think they didn't even play Break Even or anything. They didn't have an album out. No one knew who they were, but we loved them. And then I've loved them ever since as well. But so I always remember that. And then the last one is controversial artist. So me and my missus watch loads of series all the time, and we watch Glee, start to finish. Glee's brilliant, by the way. People hate on it. It's so good. It's quite adult, really, bar the music. But 2 of the cast members did a tour together, and they performed at Hammersmith Apollo. I think it was a week and a half before Christmas. So we went to see them. They played loads of stuff from Glee, spoke about Glee, and then they did like loads of Christmas songs as well.
Was it Glee that did that cover of Midnight? Is it Journeys, whatever it is, Midnight Train? Was that Glee or was that something else?
That was Glee, yeah, yeah. They did Journey.
Yeah,
yeah, they did that one.
Decent.
But yeah, it was two random characters just did a random duo tour, and it was great because we did it, and because we went to London, we spent the weekend in London, and it was Christmassy. I remember the whole weekend, not just the show again. So yeah, that's definitely in the top three.
No, I get that. We had that with we saw Muse. So we saw Muse 3 times last year. So I think I've seen them 15 times now. And one of them was at Bristol at Ashton Gate. And that, like you, that was a weekend. That's probably one of the best times I've seen them because it was local. We all got bevved, and then we finished the concert. And we went out afterwards in Bristol. It was brilliant. Yeah, I agree with the you make a night or weekend of it, and it makes it so much better.
I know, so happy. We just can't do it at the moment. It's annoying. Also, I'm going to go straight off topic, mate. Go back to gym stuff and that. In the Meet the Member video we did, what did I call it? Chamber time with Ty Haskins. You're on about like when you was in uni, you joined like a commercial gym and went a couple times and stuff. When you was in uni, were many of your mates into like gym stuff and anything?
Not really. So my flats, I said flats. So when I went to Plymouth University, and when you start, obviously you get put into flats of 6 people or whatever in halls. And myself, I was on the top floor, and there was a flat on the bottom floor, and we all got on really well. So that's 12 of us, and I think only about 4 of them were kind of into the gym. There was one that was kind of like religiously into the gym, but I just thought, I'd never gone to the gym here. I was like 18 years old, new country, no, new city, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll give it a go. And it was intimidating. I was, as you know, when I first started, I was really, really skinny. I was pushing, I think I was around like 50 to 55 kilo, not through any sort of sickness or eating disorder or anything like that. I just
slim guy.
I was just skinny, and I was pushing like 50, 55 kilo. So I thought, okay, I'll go to the gym. I'll try and bulk up. And I had no idea what I was doing. I had absolutely no idea. And like, I know they say, sign up and you can have like one of the PTs will give you a run through. But it was intimidating. It was intimidating as a kid that was really skinny, to go in and then have some burly bloke like, this is how you use this. This is how you use this. And it was all machines, and there was a lot of people, and it was odd. And over the couple of so basically I paid, I think it was 287 quid or whatever. It's £99 a year for students at this place. So I did it for 3 years, and I went 3 times in 3 years. Well, I've got a funny story about one of those times. I don't know if I've told you about the shower. Did I tell you about that? Or...
No, you haven't.
That sounds really weird to say that.
Tell it.
But that sounds weird to say that I told you about the shower. But basically, in my first year, I think it's a crack you up. So I've told a couple of people at the chamber, but I like I said, I had no idea what I was doing. So I thought, okay, cool. I'll work out with the guys from my flat. They have some sort of idea what they're doing. They'll give me tips. So I was like, okay, cool. So they said, we're going to the gym. I was doing some coursework. I was like, okay, cool. I'll do my coursework and I'll pop along because in Plymouth, everything's like 5 minutes from everywhere else. So it was only like a 5-minute walk. So I was like, okay, cool. So about half an hour later, 45 minutes later, I finished my coursework, put my bag together, all that kind of stuff, went for a walk, got to the gym, and they'd all pretty much just finished. So I got changed and everything, and I went up the stairs. I'm not going to say what gym it was. Went up the stairs, and they were all coming towards me. I was like, "Oh, are you guys still working out, or what's going on?" They were like, "No, we finished. We're all going back now." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I just kind of stood there. And I looked around the gym, and I was like, "I have no idea what I'm doing." So I turned around and I walked back down the stairs, and I got with this. Said, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to go for a shower. So I'll catch up with you guys in a bit." So I effectively walked to the gym for a shower and then walked home again.
It worked out as well. If you went once a year, you technically paid 100 quid for the shower.
Pretty much, yeah. It was. That's probably one of the funniest gym stories that I have.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah, I tell it occasionally, but it's pretty brilliant. But when I actually went, I spent most of my time doing cardio, because I was light. I was not like I wasn't good at cardio, but I was more built for cardio than I was for weightlifting.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant, mate.
I just run that thing, and then if it wasn't that, it was the pec machine, the fly. Yeah. I just like sit there for 5 minutes and this is good, and then I'd do like 20 kilo on that, and I'd suck. But yeah, so that was gym at uni was wasn't really much of it, to be fair. And then post uni, you know what happens.
Yeah. So was Chamber the first gym you've been since that one?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
So it's a funny story about how I found out about the chamber. Obviously, I work around that estate that the chamber's on, so it's only like a 5-minute walk from me from work. But how I found out about the chamber is when I came back from uni, I would work at this place and whatever. And obviously, James knows Louis, Louis knows Ryan, and James would play football with people from his work at YMCA in town. And Louis was there, obviously, because Louis and James worked together. And Ryan came along once. And I remember he was very, very good at five-a-side. Couldn't get the ball off of him. And like about 6 months later, I came back and Louis went, we'd play football again. He was like, my mate's opening up a gym. Like, you should come along. You should bulk up a little bit. And I was like, oh yeah, what's that? He said, oh, do you remember the guy you couldn't get the ball off 6 months ago? He's opening a gym. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And that's effectively how I found out about it, because obviously when I walked to the garage from work, there was a big sign saying Spartan Chamber opening soon. And this was back in like, I think, December 2018 was it ish? I think it opened. And I was like, well, I might check that out. And then obviously James said to me, get pressuring me, not pressuring me, but he's like, you should come along, because when I left uni, I was a student, I was drinking a lot, not alcoholic, but I was drinking a lot, I was eating crap, I wasn't fit, I was getting out of breath walking up the stairs. He was like, look, you literally need to come to the gym and do some stuff. And I did one workout on a free pass, and it sucked. It felt horrible. I've finally completed it now, about a year ago. Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know if you know what that entails. So it's if I remember it rightly, it's like 50 calories on the ski.
Hold up, I'll Google it. I've got my phone right here.
I'm pretty sure it's 50 calories on the ski, 50 box ups, and 50 kettlebell swings. But every 5 minutes, you do 5 burpees, I think it is. And I did that as a first workout, and it sucked. It honestly sucked. I felt like death. I didn't finish it. I threw the towel in, which is a far cry from where I am now, as you know.
Gross. I just Googled it. There's actually a couple of variations of it, but the one you've just said's on here. No.
And I backed it off. I got all the way through to about the box ups, because I did the kettlebells before the box ups. I got like 20 box ups. I threw the towel in, which I would never do now. But I threw it in. I went, this sucks. Like, I'm not doing it. But I signed up that night, and I've now been part of the chamber for going on almost 2 years now, I think.
It is nearly 2 years. I did it. I used to go to the sports centre in Wellington. Actually used to do gym stuff, but fake it till you make it sort of stuff. I had no idea. And then I started doing body pump with Kelly, our instructor Kelly. She was the instructor. I used to do body pump. I think I was the only guy. And then I think it was because, kind of like sweat, if you don't go to the gym a lot, you can just go to the class, and you're going to be out in an hour, and you're going to be. It's almost effectively like having a personal trainer, you right? Yeah. So that was my mindset of it, and I did it for about a year and a bit, and then without being arrogant, I was like, I want to do something heavier in the same sort of thing. So I started training with my friends in the gym. We went to Anytime Fitness then, and I was like, no, I like the structure. I like the class sort of side of it, if you know what I mean. And then my mates went, sounds like you just need to do CrossFit then. And then I looked at CrossFit gyms and I was like, I am not paying that much money for a gym.
That's a lot of money.
At the time, I was like, absolutely skint. And I was like, nah, I can afford it, but I won't be able to afford to be alive afterwards. So I didn't. And then I worked right next to the chamber as well. And I was like, there's another gym coming to West Park, to Chelston, sorry. And I looked in, I was like, oh, it's actually quite open. Okay, they do classes. I did one sweat class, and I went, this is literally like this what I want. It's basically like a body pump, like a structured class, but you can just add the weight to it, sort of thing. You can do, and then he would do like hammer hits, tire hits and stuff like that. And I was sweet, because body pump, you got like plastic weights. Yeah, not so I could only go up to like a not even 20 kilo bar really, because you're doing, you know what I mean? So to do the class where you could actually, like dumbbell snatch, mate, you know what dumbbell snatch is like. Have you ever done a dumbbell snatch and thought, screw it, I'm going to get a 5 to 10 kilo heavier dumbbell? Different story. Yeah, so that was my attitude. So I just joined that day after doing a sweat class.
I think sweat classes, like you, they were the first thing that I went to, because like I said, I was quite skinny and I just wanted to get fit. And sweat classes, I think, with the chamber, the people at the chamber are brilliant. The atmosphere, everyone's really friendly and stuff. But at the start, being that kid that wasn't really was quite intimidated, going to the sweat classes kind of opens the door to kind of experiencing everything else with people. Because I've found that go to 1 or 2 sweat classes, everyone's kind of in the same boat. The gym's just open, people are trying to meet each other. So I was like, okay, this doesn't feel as intimidating because it's not. Although it was already a thing, this was a new thing, and everyone's like trying to make friends and stuff. So I didn't feel intimidated, and we did sweat classes and made friends and stuff. And then like it kind of opens the door for you to move into more like not stuff that's more fun, but more exploratory movements within the functional fitness and stuff like that. Like, if you said to me 2 years ago, oh, do you want to come in and do some muscle ups? I'd be like, what the fuck's that? Why is he talking to me? What's going on?
And I found it with being new as well. I actually did, for the first couple sweats, I didn't know anybody because I did the morning. I didn't even know anyone in the evening, to be fair. But I went to the morning ones not knowing anyone. But then the second you start, you realise no one's really socialising during because you're focusing on what you're doing. So I was like, actually, it doesn't matter that you don't know anybody. Like, actually, that's fine. It doesn't matter at all. But obviously, the longer you've been there, my best mates are now at the gym. So I don't like classes anymore, if you know what I mean, because I've met friends there and then members page. I made the members page like January, February after it opened. And the reason I did it was because I worked so close. I was like, if only everyone, I could just put a post saying like, I'm going in at 5. Is anyone about? But I didn't know anyone's names. Do you know what I mean? So I did.
Over there. Come in with me.
Wait, at 5? So I was just like, anyone coming in at 5? I think Dom Tree came in with me. I've never even met the boy. And me and Dom didn't work out. It was a little awkward. But afterwards, I was like, cool. Next Friday? And he was like, yeah. So, yeah. So, like, little things like that, I thought it was great. And I don't think you wouldn't get that in a normal gym because obviously you wouldn't go, who wants to work out and do chest press at 5? Like, for some reason, it just doesn't happen. I don't know why.
Nah, bro, I've got my stuff to do.
Same thing, isn't it? So,
I always try and, having been in that position, if you get new people coming in, I'm in a sweat class, I always try and speak to them and just have that interaction with new people because I don't want people to feel the way that I felt when I first started doing workouts and stuff. So I thought, if there's somebody that you knew and someone's having a just striking up a conversation with you, I think it helps people fit in quicker. Kind of thing.
What's your like goal then, Ty? Are you trying to obviously you want to maintain being fit? You've told me that before. Are you trying to like with the Ollie lifting, you're trying to be fit? Are you trying to just be able to be strong as well? So you're trying to maneuver weight and stuff? And
it's kind of a bit of both, really. The fitness side of it is kind of slightly dropped off compared to the Ollie lifting. So my goal was originally to get bigger, like to get more muscular, because I was like, I'm going to admit this. I was like, oh, let's get bigger. People will find me more attractive. Yeah, that old cliche. And I think about 4 months in, I realised no one really gives a fuck. It's just everyone's doing their own thing, and that's fine. Like I don't mind that.
That meme, isn't there? If I can get muscly, and his thoughts are like loads of girls on his arms.
Yeah,
actually loads of boys going, bro, how do you do that?
Yeah, literally. So I'm not ashamed to admit that was my initial like, let's get bigger and people find me attractive. And then I was like, that's such a stupid idea to have. Like 4 months in, I was like, that's a stupid idea to have. And that I realized that because I then started doing it for myself to feel better myself, because I was like, oh, this actually feels really good. Like I can do a workout. I can go home and I feel really good in myself. But so that was my original goal. That went out the window pretty quickly, let's be honest. Then the goal was just
confidence is huge. If you can gain confidence from it, winner. That's my opinion.
To get fit, so obviously I started doing loads of sweat classes. Got to a decent level of fitness, which I've managed to maintain. But now, my goal is to just lift as heavy as I can in regards to Olympic lifting. The kind of bodybuilding stuff, I used to do a lot of hypertrophy between about this time last year and March. I was doing hypertrophy pretty much all the time. And I looked decent, but I was like, this is boring, like the kind of bodybuilding type stuff. And then obviously James is doing Olympic lifting and I was like, oh, that's quite cool. So my goal is to just Olympic lift as heavy as I can now, just kind of keep going from where I am and go up. When I first started, obviously, like I said, because I only work around the corner from the chamber, on my lunch breaks I can have a walk around the business park. When we were in the office before Corona and stuff, I thought you can have a walk around a business park, or I can pop up to the chamber and do some technique work and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, people have been talking about cleans and stuff, and it looks really fun to do. I'd never done one before in my life. And it was just me in there, had my music on, and I just cracked out a YouTube video. I was like, how do you do cleans? And I literally went from there. That was the first time that I learned. I say learned because I actually thought that a hang clean was a clean. So I was doing hang cleans for ages going, oh, I can do cleans. And then James went, that's not a clean. And I was like, yeah, that's cool.
My
And then
first ever lesson was from your brother, believe it or not. He taught me how to clean. And then I just got tips from everybody. That's all I did.
Everyone's, the thing that I like about the chamber is no one's judgmental. Everyone gives you tips rather than criticism.
Yeah.
Like, especially like AD, you know, if you're not doing something right, he'll come over and go, yeah, just try and, you know, like if you're setting up for the clean, oh yeah, just, you know, straighten your back a bit more, pop your legs up a little bit so your hamstrings are engaged, rather than being like, no, you're doing it wrong, do it like this. Like, there's nobody in the chamber that has that negative attitude. And that's what I like.
It's wicked. Because I got, like, when I did all the Ollie lifting, I stopped it, not because I got bored a bit. Well, it is kind of like, I kind of go through phases all the time. So I'll go through a phase of wanting to do this, and then I'll do something else. So I was doing Ollie lifting, lockdown hit, got into bodybuilding. I'm not even doing bodybuilding now. So that was like not even a year. But it's not due to being bored. I kind of do it for a while, feel really good, and then I'm like, there's so much work just to feel good for like a day. Do you know what I mean? So I was trying to gain some weight this year. So I've put on like just over a stone in weight.
Yeah.
Which is good. But after like, I don't know, 9 months of it, I now actually feel gross. I don't like being about a stone heavier. So in my head, I'm like, cool, I'm going to start running a little bit more now. Keep doing bodybuilding, and push-ups and stuff and pull-ups, but just introduce like 4 runs a week just to drop some weight. I thought like being a bit more muscular, as you said, not to attract girls, but like just for myself to be like, oh, I feel beefy at the moment, but I actually just felt sluggish, mate. I felt gross. So I'll get into running. No doubt about it, within a year or so, I want to start lifting heavy weights again. Like, I was able to do like 100 kilo clean and jerk. I won't get that now, not in a million years. I'll get 90 now, but like one day I'll probably be like, I'm going to do clean and jerk again, and I'll go through a phase of loving it again.
I find it's addicting. Olympic lifting is addicting.
It's addicting, mate. It's very addicting. It's like, it's a mind game for me, because you can get like, when I was doing it all the time, 102 kilos is my max clean and jerk, 105 was my max clean. But I could get 100 all day, every day. I could put 100 in a WOD and get like 10 to 20 reps of it throughout a WOD. But my max was only 2 kilos heavier. And I'm like, no, it's not. But I could never break 102. I could never, ever do it. But 2 kilos less, I could do it for reps.
Yeah.
How ridiculous is that?
You get in your own head, isn't it? Like that was how I was with the jump from 50 to 60 kilo. It was, you know, I mean, I weigh 64 kilo at the moment, just for reference, because but it's I remember when we did the was it the trials and stuff like that, and the training space when they came down to Spartan Chamber, you got there was that event, wasn't
the complex.
Yeah, the complex. You did that 100 kilo, didn't you?
I failed it because I think it was 3 hang cleans, right? That was how you started it. Every time I dropped down to do the next hang clean, I kept hitting my legs, and it was really hurting me. It was annoying because my grip was absolutely fine. It was every time I went down and hit my legs, it was really, really, the only way I could describe it, I was like, it feels like I'm being stabbed. Didn't even feel like I was being bashed. It felt like I was actually being like pierced in the skin. Every time I went down, it was just agony. I did 2, dropped it. I was like, you fucking idiot. You know, I was mental. Picked it up. I did 1 clean, dropped it down, hit my legs, dropped it again. I was like, nah, I can't do 100. I think I settled it. I think I did like 90 maybe. So I was like, nah, I'm sticking. So I just can't do it. It hurts. And I did have giant bruises the next day. So evidently it was hurting.
I find it funny that with Olympic lifting and stuff, obviously, because I play football at the weekends as well. When I'm getting changed, or if people see my ankles or whatever, they go, "Oh, all those scars from football. Do you not wear shin pads?" Because obviously I've got marks all up and down my legs. I go, no, it's actually from Olympic lifting. And they go, what? Why have you got scars from Olympic lifting? It's not dangerous. And that's, I just like find it funny how they confuse. Obviously, they've not knowing that you obviously have to keep the bar close. When I was practicing the early days, I kept scraping my shins completely. So I didn't wear. Now I wear like my Spartan trackies when I'm doing it, so I don't scrape it so much. But I kept scraping it with my bar, and then I kept scraping the scabs by accident on the way up with the bar. So I just kept rinsing it. So now I've got loads of scars on my legs from
Yeah,
for
when you watch like people doing like world record deadlifts, and you just as they're going up, you see their legs start to bleed, and you think,
yeah,
they don't even know what's happening though half the time, but it's gross.
it's yeah. When you're in the mindset of I'm getting this up, you don't really think about it. Well, one goal that I do want to have, just going back to the aspirations and that kind of thing, in regards to fitness and stuff, is competing at Spartan Chamber Games, because I've been a spectator for the last two. Didn't get a team together in time for the third one, which has been postponed because of Corona anyway. Because obviously I'd have to do the stuff at the men's RX, because obviously I'm not a woman, no matter how long I'm growing my hair. So so I want to get to that level where I can competently feel good in myself and compete at the Spartan Games, because it's a brilliant atmosphere. From being on the other side of it, I want to be on the competing side of it, because I did the trials for the Training Space versus Spartan Chamber thing and competed in that. That was brilliant. It's the kind of endorphin rush you get from competing is addicting. When you've got everyone screaming at you, like, come on, let's go, kind of thing. But yeah, I think that's probably my biggest goal, is to compete in the Spartan Games.
Yeah, that's wicked. I'm like the opposite, mate. As I've told you many times, competitive drive, it's just going to write it down. So Spartan Games, I've pulled out the next one. I was in a team with Doug, and we didn't have a girl, actually. No, I think we had Rachel, actually. Rachel McPhee, yeah, I think we had Rach. I think she was doing it. But I said to them, or said to Doug, like, I can't do it, mate. I'm just not feeling it. And in my eyes, I was like, it's not fair on the teammates who want to do really well. So I pulled out, and I said to Atkins, I won't even judge. I'll just vlog the whole day. I'll film everything and just annoy people with cameras and just put a camera in their face and be like, what's on? How you feeling? Yeah, so I thought I'd just do that instead. But I still love doing it, but I for some reason, don't care in myself to do it. Like, I don't care about losing anymore. That's what it is. It's not that I don't care about the day, because the day's great. But if I lost, I'd be like, oh, well, I don't care.
Yeah, and that kind of takes.
Whereas that's not the attitude you want when you're with a teammate, a team who wants to win. If you know what I mean. I'd hate to be on Ash Taylor's team and be in that mindset.
Let's go, all gangs.
Just pull my head off. We can get Ash Taylor on this podcast and have a chat with him.
That'd be great, yeah.
Great. I'm going to message him in a minute. After we finish, I'm going to message him. But what's your, after lockdown finishes, hopefully, mate, hopefully it is going to end when it ends. It sounds really good at the moment. It sounds quite positive on the news, but what's the first thing you're going to train when you go into the chamber?
Cleans. It'll be test week for me around the 2nd of December. So I am getting that 70 kilo at least. That's going to be the first thing I'm doing.
Film it, because if it's not filmed, it didn't happen.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna actually. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my shirt off, because we all know that's what happens when I enter the gym.
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna train cleans. You know, like
I'm gonna do.
Kev Tubb's phone. It's just me now.
Yeah, Kev Tubb's fine. Kev Tubb wears his shirt now. No, I'm gonna do muscle ups, because I haven't done a muscle up in a while. So I think that's code for can't do muscle ups anymore.
Can't do them anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. So I it's not an arrogant thing, but that was something I built towards doing for so long. And when I got it, I was like, right, if I could do one every time I'm in the gym, just do one. In theory, I'd always be able to do it. Did you know what I'm trying to say? So I was like, if you can always do one,
you've still got it in you. Yeah.
Yeah, but then being told you can't do it for a month, you're like, I can do it. There's a place just down the road from me, like a football post thing. It's quite high, but the thing is, the pole is huge. And it's like, no, you can't. It's really no. You can't even pull up on it. Your hands are like that, mate.
Fat grips, yeah.
Yeah, the fat grips.
I said to James the other day, I said, you know, they're building that Mackey's up the road from the chamber. They're supposed to have a kids play area in there, I think. I said, next time they close the gyms, at least we can just drive there and use the bars for muscle ups and pull ups and stuff, because it's like, you know, it's an outdoor area.
We just go there, get a McFlurry, and that'd be the sweat class. That was it. Anyway, yeah, Ty, I think we're for time now, mate. Thanks for coming and having a chat with me. I like having a chit chat with the members.
That's right. Thank you for having me.
And for everyone watching, this is your first reminder to subscribe to the channel. And this is your second reminder to subscribe to the channel. That'd be great.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to post this one, I believe, possibly next Thursday, which would be just after the last event for the Spartan Chamber Lockdown Games.
Yes.
The third event.
The
Mate, I'm doing the videos. I'm going to put loads of animations here. But no, yeah, it'd be before event 3. We've got 3. We've got 2 more to go. I'm not doing them, so I don't remember.
Yeah, two is going to be the worst one. So it can't be worse than 2. So yeah.
I have no idea what number 3 is. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, cheers, Ty, for coming on, mate.
All right, thank you for having me.
Hopefully, I'll see you on the 3rd.
Yeah, I'll probably be in bang on midnight.
Hang on a minute. Yeah, hopefully we do a midnight sweat class again.
That'd be good.
We might get that. So that was banging. So yeah.
Pizza.
Well, cheers, bud, and I'll catch you later.
All right, catch you in a bit, mate. Bye.